Today I wanted to make a video on using coconut oil with your hair to condition it and repair it. As you may or may not know, I dyed my hair a platinum blonde about 2 months ago. I was supposed to make an update video, but I never did because I'm lazy. So this is kind of like an update, but also I just tried using coconut oil because after I did that, my hair got pretty fried. So I saw a bunch of people using coconut oil, and it's supposed to make your hair grow, and I want my hair to be a little bit longer by the time winter rolls around, and I thought this might help. So I put some on last night. I just took a couple handfuls and I put it all throughout my hair, and I don't know if you can tell, but my hair is pretty oily right now, but that's kind of how it's supposed to be. I just used pure, unrefined, cold-pressed coconut oil, and I'm about to take a shower. I'm going to wash it out and style my hair as I usually would and see what I think about it and if I'm going to keep using it and what I have to say about it and see if it's worth continuing to use and tell you what I think. As far as my hair goes, I'm probably not going to keep it platinum for very much longer. I actually wanted to dye it today, but I don't know if I'm going to have time. I just don't think that platinum was the best look for me because I'm very pale and I was too busy this summer to actually get out and like go tanning, so I stayed pale and it just made me look red almost. Actually, it like brought out the red in my skin and just made it more noticeable how pale I was. So I think with paler skin that you need the darker hair color, which is kind of like the opposite of what I said in my last video. So I'm thinking about dyeing it either a light brunette or like the ombre with light brunette and then the blonde at the bottom, but I haven't decided yet. I've also, like I said, my hair was pretty fried after the whole platinum dyeing experience, and that's okay, that's what happens. I knew that was going to happen. And there was a couple things I tried to use. I used a leave-in conditioner to try to repair my hair because the back of it was really fried, because that was a darker blonde than the rest of my hair when I started out because I had dyed it different colors underneath a couple of times, so they had to leave the bleach on longer, and that made it so that my hair was a little more fried in that specific area. So that's something I'm still trying to fix because it's not completely back to how it used to be, but it's getting there. Also, I used a color treatment because my hair was a little more brassy than I had expected after the whole thing, and I think it's better now, but I'm not willing to go back in and have them tone it some more and make it a little bit whiter because I'm just not thinking that it looks very good on me. So the next time I go in, I'm going to have them dye it to about this color that my roots are. That was the color it was originally. I don't know if you can tell very well, but there's this darker brown, and I think I'm going to dye it back that darker brown, maybe a little darker than that, just because I think darker hair for winter looks good. So I'm going to go take a shower, and I'm going to do my hair, and I'm going to come back and tell you what I think. Okay, so I did the whole coconut oil craze because I thought it would help my hair. And yeah, I don't know how I feel about it actually. Maybe I did it wrong because when I looked up ways to put in coconut oil in your hair, there was a lot of different ways to do it. There was one where you just took straight coconut oil and rubbed it in your hair and left it in overnight, and that's what I did. And then there were also ones where you would heat it up and make it into like an actual oil and put that in your hair and then wash it out a couple hours later. But I thought, because my hair was so damaged, that I would leave it in overnight just to make sure that it got super absorbed, and it really helped. But yeah, I left it in overnight, washed it all out. It took me 4 different times just to get it almost all the way out of my hair. And then when I thought I got it all out, I started doing my hair and found spots where I didn't get it all out, and it was just, I had to go back and wash my hair again. It was a really big hassle. I didn't think it would be that hard to wash out, and I didn't find anything that told me, oh, if you do this, expect to be oily for like the next day after, because it's going to be really hard to get out of your hair. No one told me that. So if you're planning on going somewhere important the next day and you do the whole coconut oil thing, I would suggest you don't do it the day before you go somewhere important, because you're going to have a really hard time getting it out of your hair. Maybe it's just because I have really thick hair, or maybe it's I'm just really terrible at washing my hair. I don't know, but I was not super impressed. To me, I've only done it once, but I don't think it made a major difference in my hair, honestly, and it's kind of just a pain in the butt. Because one, I had to sleep with it in, and that was the whole, I had to stick a bag on my head. It was weird. It was uncomfortable. I didn't like it all that much. And then I had the worst time actually getting it out of my hair, and how do I want to say this? I don't know if I'm willing to try it a different way just because this experience wasn't so good for me. I think I'm going to stick with other products, like conditioners, because I think it's just too oily. I'd rather have a conditioner or something that moisturizes my hair rather than makes it more oily. I don't know. My hair can get pretty oily on its own, so I don't know if this was the best option for me, but I just wanted to try it out because it seemed like everybody else was having a really good time with it, but clearly I'm not one of those people. I would suggest, if you have hair like mine and you want to do this, make sure you're not doing anything important the next day, and that you don't leave it in overnight like I did, because I think that was way too long, and I probably should have just left it on for like an hour at the most. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna stick to my leave-in conditioner and all the other treatments I have, because I'm not sure how I feel about the whole coconut oil thing. The next thing I might try is the argan oil, because I have heard a lot about that, and I've used products with argan oil in it, and I really like those. But yeah, not a huge fan of coconut oil thus far. So that's what I think. Let me know if you've had better experiences with it. Let me know if I did something wrong, which I probably did. Yeah, coconut oil's not for me. Sorry.